You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I always end up, keep going. How Reparations pioneer Evanston, Illinois is rolling out payments to Black citizens. I mean, we talked about that. Evanston made an agreement to do reparations.
Right.
The city started dispersing reparation payments to locals in 2022 in the form of vouchers for housing and has since expanded it to include cash. As talk of reparations ripples through the federal and local governments nationwide, Evanston, Illinois has become the first city in the United States. Do you know that, did you?
Yeah.
To put money in the hands of Black residents affected by years of discrimination.
They had specific Blacks that were affected, not every Black.
I'm excited to see that over 100 municipalities have followed in their inspiration on what's happened in Evanston. We all look forward to seeing more legislation put into law and then into practice and then dispersed. Robin Rue Simmons, the founder and executive director of the First Repair and chairperson of the city's reparations committee, told Yahoo News. Simmons, a former alderwoman in Evanston, has 16% Black population, is located 12 miles north of Chicago. I didn't know they was 16%. That's low. In bringing reparations, one of the Black communities affected by the aftermath of slavery in the United States. There you go.
And this is the way Sonny has been talking about reparations, and some people go back and forth with that. Don't give just a handout, your 40 acres and a mule or whatever they're going to do.
They do it vouchers first for housing.
And they do it, this specific, and this is my opinion, I'm thinking from what I'm reading, these are families that were specifically affected
by slavery,
where their land was taken.
Yeah.
Now, every Black person in America, we don't have that issue. So how are we going to get reparations?
This is ones where people actually showed that their land was taken.
Yes, stolen from them.
And that they, when they came in and built homes and bulldozed all these places, they affected these people's families.
And why, back to your question the other day with the Black Wall Street,
that's why they should get,
those
that's why
three that are still living, why can't they get reparations of their property, their business that was burnt down?
Yep. And then not only did they do, now this is where I was saying it's different than just, they gave reparations to just the people who were affected.
Right.
It's also part of the whole Black community. That's why they built up. It said the restorative housing program initially funded $10 million that came from a city sales tax. So they're building up those projects and anything that's there. That's why I told you, you may miss some people because everybody can't prove, oh, well, you took my grandfather's land.
Right.
But what you can do is you can pour money into those communities and build up those projects.
Where I'm living, where I'm nearby.
Build up those projects, build up those homes. And in my opinion, demand that they keep them up.
And that's reparations.
That's reparations.
We quickly want a little money in our pocket? Come on now.
Now, the cash ones, I believe, will be for people whose lands was actually...
If they got specific.
They can probably show that.
Okay.
Evanston.
I always wanted to move to Evanston. It's very pricey there. Their taxes are high. I had a coworker that had a really nice home there in Evanston. I think a lot of Jewish people live in Evanston along the lake. So that's why you saw a small percent. You thought it was a little higher, didn't you? Because it's near Skokie, Niles, where a lot of Jewish families live still in that area.
It says, who is eligible? Residents who are receiving reparations are described as ancestors, defined as African American or Black individuals who were at least 18 years old and living in Evanston between 1919 and 1969.
Wow.
Or as descendants of Evanston residents living during that time. During this period, Black residents were victims of housing discrimination as a result of early city zoning laws.
Yep.
So if you can prove that, some people, families been there since 1920 and all of that. So there you go.
Okay. All right.
Good job, Evanston.
First city to do it.
Okay. I'm showing this. This is